Good morning. Good Sunday morning, my friends. Thought I would kill 2 or 3 birds with just one stone and see if we could make this live thing work again after the big fiasco we had Friday night getting the equipment to work. And in fact, it didn't work. We ended up having to film that just on my little tablet. This morning, I guess because I had gospel tunes in mind, it seems to be working just perfectly fine. I think it is. You all let me know, okay? What I'm testing is several things. Number one, is there echo, obviously. Number two, is my mouth synced up with the words? It's not on the screen here, I can tell you, so I can't look at the screen. I'm trying to look at the camera because it's very tough. And then I thought the other thing is that people like to play along and sing along with these songs. So I thought I would show you a couple of songs. These are going to both be in the key of G. And they're gospel songs. I would do Wayfaring Stranger, but I really feel like I need to have a bass player and a little of accompaniment with that one. I mean, I could do it, but it's kind of weird doing that one in the way I do it anyway, because we do it mostly instrumental. But anyway, these two songs I think you'll like real well. The first one is that I'm going to do for you is called It Took Your Blood. It goes like this. Let me first just say it's in the key of G, and G will be 1, C will be 4, D will be 5, and I think there may be a 2 in this. I can't remember. If there is a 2, it would be A. But anyway, 1, 4, 5, that's your typical standard 3 chords. You are 5 by 5. I'm not sure I know what that means. Does that mean that the screen is small or something? Or not good resolution? I'm not sure what that means. No echo, sync is good. Thank you very much. That's what I wanted to have someone tell me. All right, so let's try The Love of God. This is in the key of G, as I said, and I'm going to try to do it fairly slowly, although we normally do this at a pretty medium speed. And I'm going to kick it off with a little bit of an instrumental here, or at least attempt to do that. I stand before you in this place without one hope or plea. My sins spread out before your face as you look down on me. I have no merit on my own, no ransom could there be. My only hope is that your blood in love has covered me. You took upon your back a wooden cross and started on your way to Calvary. The pain, you never changed your mind. It took your blood to set me free. I bow before you in this place. My praise I give to thee. So thankful for amazing grace, and that it reaches me. There was indeed a ransom paid. My freedom has been won. The sacrifice was heaven's best, the blood of God's own Son. You took upon your back a wooden cross and started on your way to Calvary. Though great the pain, you never changed your mind. It took your blood to set me free. I bow before you in this place. My praise to thee, lift up to thee. Well, there's song number one. It really bothers me to see the little monitor on the screen because it's like 5 seconds behind everything I do. Anyway, let's just look at the comments real quick and see if I'm in the ballpark here, if it's working. That's a wide chord. Yeah, well, especially when you put it to a minor. That's a really wide chord. Your sound is great, perfect, in sync. 5x5 means it's coming through amazing. Okay, well, that must be CB talk or something. Thank you, I appreciate that. Well, it looks like it's working, and why it wouldn't work Friday, I have no idea. For one thing, the USB ports would not find this microphone, which is right here off camera that you can't really see. And it wouldn't find my camera. The USB ports just quit working. Well, today they seem to be working. And yes, I did power off, I restarted, I powered off like 5 times, I restarted like 5 times, and it would not find these two things. And I would unplug them and, power off, and I'd plug them back in. So anyway, make a long story short, for whatever reason, Friday night, that didn't work. Today, it seems to be working without too many issues at all. So I don't know why that is. I can't explain it. It just made up its mind to work this morning, and I guess because it's a gospel show on Sunday morning. So that's what I'm going with, and I'm going to stick to that. Let's make it 6x6, okay? Well, let's see here. I don't know how to do that, but I'll give it my best shot. Let's see. This next one is called The Love of God. It's also in G. Now, this one's a little more complicated. I always save the more complicated songs in training, toward the end. But this one is a little bit more complicated. Now, it also has the 1-4-5. So it'd be G, C, D, 1, 4, 5. And it will probably have a 2. I'm almost certain it does. So there's the 2 down here, which would be the A. But in addition, after we play this through and even play through the chorus, then, play through the melody, if you will, at the break, then I'm going to modulate up to the key of A. So basically, anytime you modulate a song, 99% of the time, you're going to just move up 2 frets. That's really all modulation means. You're just modulating it up to the next higher chord. Now, that's usually the way it's done. It can be done in other ways, I know that. But I'm just talking, 8 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10, you just basically move up 2 notes or 2 chords. So, 2 frets, that's what I should have said. So, in other words, we're going to start in G, but the second verse or after the break will be in the key of A. So, it'll be A, D, and E, and then the 2 chord would be a B in that case. So, it's still 1, 4, 5, just exactly the same pattern if you notice. 1, 4, 5, 1, 4, 5, and then there'll be a 2 down here once we get up to the higher part. I hope that makes sense to you. Trying to explain it for you, those of you who are learning to play the mandolin. I'm just looking at the comments real quick here to see if I've confused anyone. I love watching your videos. Well, thank you. I love having you here. Thank you so much. We've got 64 viewers at the moment. Someone said there is a bit of a lag. Okay, well, I don't know how much lag there is, but some of this could be, some issues can be attributed to my network too, you understand. I didn't turn off all the other computers and things on the network this morning, so there could be some of that. All right, so here we go. This is called The Love of God, and I'll kick it off with a little bit of an instrumental as well. I've tried and tried to think of some good deed that I had done that would give to me the right to claim a kinship to God's Son. Could it have been because I've tried in every way to please? Could it have been because I've spent some time down on my knees? Could it have been because my heart was often touched with pain? Could it have been because I've often witnessed in His name? Or could it be that in the past some precious soul I've won? Well, I've searched my heart and realized there's nothing I have done. The love of God defies all understanding of the mind. He chose to walk up Calvary's hill and die for all mankind. Those ugly scars He bore for me while hanging on that tree was the price of my redemption, and He did it all for me. Now here's where we play it and then modulate. Well, after talking threw me off. Sorry about that. I hope I've been a trusted friend to someone on my stroll. Shared a simple cup of water with a tired and thirsty soul. I've tried to be to those I meet as gentle as a dove, but I've never done one single deed that's worthy of His love. The love of God defies all understanding of the mind. He chose to walk up Calvary's hill and die for all mankind. Those ugly scars He bore for me while hanging on that tree was the price of my redemption, and He did it all for me. It was the price of my redemption, and He did it all for me. All for me. Well, sorry about making that mistake there in the middle, but it is live, and sometimes you just make a mistake. We need more videos of music past and futura. Thanks, Jerry from Australia. You're welcome. It's going out of sync a bit, it said. Again, a lot of that could be my network. I probably should have killed everything else on the network this morning. Someone asked about my strap. My straps are very fancy. They're just paracord, and I tie a hangman's noose on that end, a hangman's noose on this end, and then it's adjustable. Normally I have it down here like this, but on camera I was trying to hold it up, so all I do is I just pull this up, and then that holds it up a little higher so you all can see it. It's just paracord is all it is. And I prefer this. You know, a lot of people, tell me I need a different strap and even send me different straps and things, but I actually prefer this, and the reason I prefer this is because it fits in the case without any hassle whatsoever. I just throw it in the case and bingo, I'm done. I don't have to fold it and roll it up and all the, maybe I'm just lazy, I don't know, but it just is simple, and I like simple. I always like simple. I always say simple wins. Yeah. Oh, even the Rosenmeister's mistakes are good. You're just too kind, that's all. I appreciate that. Thank you for being lenient. I make more mistakes than anybody. Old Rugged Cross. I know that tune, but not well enough to just lead it off the top of my head. Most of the more common songs you'll find I don't know that well in terms of leading them, and the reason is because other people do those all the time in the jams. So I always pick out the ones that are a little bit more obscure, and it kind of shows, I think. But I always pick out, I think they're great songs, it's just that I try to find stuff that other people don't do that much. Yeah, you lazy? Well, my dad used to think I was lazy. I think all fathers think their sons are lazy. Let's see. Can I think of another just simple gospel song? Let's just do, this is one of my all-time favorites, and it was on my gospel album. It's got slight variation in the title, but we just call it By the Side of the Road. It actually has a little more to the title than that, because there's a couple of songs called By the Side of the Road. So I don't remember the exact title of this right off the top of my head. This one was written by that famous songwriter, and now his name escapes me too. As you know, I can't remember names or titles. So anyway, here we go. There are people who would rather live in mansions, people who would rather live alone, people who would trade God's promise for the glories to hold. There are people who would rather live in splendor and brag about their silver and their gold. But I'd rather have a little log cabin by the side of the road. I'd rather live by the side of the road and try to point souls to their blessed abode than to be a king or a millionaire and live in a mansion in bright array. I'd rather do a neighborly deed for a traveler here or a friend in need. I'd rather live by the side of the road and help some pilgrim along life's way. Well, I'd rather have a cabin by the roadside with a pilgrimage of man is passing by. Help to point some soul to Jesus in that city on high. Every day I want to help scatter roses. Every night I want my lamp to shine abroad with a welcome from a little bay window by the side of the road. I'd rather live by the side of the road and try to point souls to their blessed abode than to be a king or a millionaire and live in a mansion in bright array. I'd rather do a neighborly deed for a traveler here or a friend in need. I'd rather live by the side of the road and help some pilgrim along life's way. And help some pilgrim along life's way. First time hearing it. God blessed us all this morning with your music. Well, thank you, Richard. I appreciate that. I love that song. Yeah, that's one of my all-time favorites. In fact, that song there may have sold more of my gospel album CDs than anything. I love that song. It's just a well-written song. And I keep wanting to say that fellow's name, and I know his name as well as I know my name, but I can't pull it up right now. That's just the way it is. I've told you before, and it's true. And I know it sounds silly, but it's true. I can look right at my band members when I'm on stage and try to think of their name, and it just won't come to me. It drives me crazy. And especially when you're under pressure, the names never come. Someone asked for Wayfaring Stranger, and I do have a version of it that I like real well, but I probably should have stuck to my first thing and said I can't play it without backup, because it really is a difficult tune to play the way we do it, and especially without the bass and the guitar, but I'll give it a shot. Like I said, nothing scares me. I'll try anything once. Wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world of woe. There is no sadness, no toil, no danger in that bright land to which I go. I'm going there to see my mother. She said she'd meet me when I come. I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going over home. I'm going there to see my mother. She said she'd meet me when I come. I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going over home. Well, I messed up the picking on that quite a bit, but I gave it my best shot. Like I said, I knew I'd have trouble without the backup to help me stay in time on that, because everything I play on that is really syncopated, like it's just kind of different. But anyway, I did the best I could. Well done. My wife loves that song. Well, thank you. Yes, Albert Brumley, and his name was on the tip of my tongue, and I couldn't think of it. Albert Brumley is the one who wrote By the Side of the Road. And I think it's actually called I'd Rather Live by the Side of the Road, I think is the actual title of that song. Although I could be wrong about that too. Let's see. Let's just pick just for fun here, and this is gonna be the last one. This already went way longer than I was anticipating. This was mostly just to test the sound and see if it was working again, and apparently it is. We've got about 67 people on here. That's been about constant since we started. It got up to about 69, dropped down to 59. I lost about 10 of you there somewhere. But we've picked another 8 or so back up. So thank you all for joining in this morning. I think I'm just gonna try to play, I'll just try to play What a Friend. So here we go. I'm going to do it in the key of D for those of you who want to maybe play along. Let's see. Not my best effort, but I got through it. Some days you've got it, and some days you don't. Let's see. Basement cleaning the shop and drinking coffee while listening. My daughter this morning is visiting from Ohio, and the two boys are here this morning, so I'm really happy they're here. They're out running around playing with feeding the animals right now. But anyway, my daughter says, talking about coffee, she says, "Boy, I need coffee." And I said to her, you know what? In 66 years, or nearly 66 years, which will be this November, by the way, I have never uttered those words. I know I'm strange. Most people drink coffee, but I never have. And if you go to my genetic defect video, you'll know why, because I have such a strange set of taste buds. That, again, it's not a fake thing. It's been tested, so I can't help it. Anything. My standard line to almost everybody is, if I can taste it, I don't eat it. So, pretty much cardboard, paper, those kinds of things, they don't have much taste. I can eat those things. So coffee is definitely out. It doesn't go down these pipes. So it sounded like cats fighting when I played, huh? That's what you just said? Okay, well, thank you. I can take it. Are you fully booked up for repairs? Yes, we truly are. We are still accepting repairs that walk through the door, but that's the only repairs we're accepting at the moment. So, and I know that doesn't work for a lot of you, but I had to find a way to throttle it back because we were just completely overwhelmed, and we're still overwhelmed, don't get me wrong. Even the ones that walk through the door are waiting months at this point. So if you... if you want to send us something, you do need to bring it through the door yourself. We're not accepting anything being shipped in because it's just overwhelming. We just can't handle that anymore, at least not right now. And I don't really honestly see that changing, to be perfectly honest with you. So, in other words, if you're passing through on vacation or whatever and you want to stop in and drop off something, we'll accept it that way, but that's the only way at this time. Can I bring deer antler bridges when I come to Mountain View? Well, I'll see if I can. I'll try to remember that. The last time I went to, no, actually it wasn't the last time. The time before last that I went to Mountain View, I brought along, I don't know, $300-400 worth of things, parts, supplies, to sell, etc. And I sold a few things, don't get me wrong. But then something happened to that bag of stuff, and I lost all of it. So I don't know where that stuff ended up, but nobody ever told me they found it. And I called everybody I knew down there, and no one had it or heard about it. So I lost quite a bit of stuff down there time before last. That is not what I said. Well, you sort of said that. You said, yeah, sometimes when I play, I'm like you. Sometimes... when I play, it sounds like cats fighting or something like that. And yeah, so You did say that, and you were directing the comment to me. So I just, I'm sensitive. I took it that way. No, I knew you were talking how you were. I understood the context, so I didn't mean to offend you. Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm going to get off of here. Thank you all for joining me. Well, now we're up to